Hi friends, welcome to my review of the sixth chapter of The Hidden Hindu. Here you can see book one of the trilogy written by Akshat Gupta. Going great is the story. Welcome to the chapter 6 review. Here we can see the expert team is in the facility, is arguing whether Om Shastri may be a time traveler. A new concept comes now. He is not a terrorist, he is not that this, and if he can be a time traveler, that is the argument going on, and many people are against and some are pro that he might be a time traveler who has traveled through all the yugas. Yes, this particular chapter has been named as Divine Yugas because you have a description of all the yugas in this particular chapter, friends. Fantastic research done on the concept of the yugas, and the explanation which is given will simply blow your mind away. So the history, the mythology, the science, the fiction, what is real, what is not, everything blended into this particular story, and the narrative is simply superb, just like the other chapters as well. So now Parimal gives a description of Vishnugupta and Chanakya, his timeline, what he has done, so his evolution as a philosopher, as a minister, as a brainy Brahmin, so and what is his particular contribution. Chanakya's discussion comes into the perspective because our Om Shastri had claimed that he was like Vishnugupta, the same as Chanakya, who was the minister, philosopher, and the best friend of Chandragupta. Chandragupta Maurya is also discussed, not in detail, but Chanakya is discussed in detail. So that is one thing, and different theories of Chanakya are discussed here. LSD adds some information to the Chanakya, and some part, like lengthy part of discussion about Chanakya, which is very, very interesting. If you don't know the history of Chanakya, this chapter will reveal that. Okay, very importantly, the debatable death angle of Chanakya is discussed. That is also important, friends, here, very interesting. And in comes Dr. Batra, so discusses about BandaBahadur, the other character who is linked to like time travel or reincarnation, or whatever we can call with Om Shastri. BandaBahadur is yet another character. We learn such a warrior he was. He happened to meet Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who gave him the name as BandaBahadur. What a historical incident that particular thing is. And you also have gut-wrenching scenes written after this particular introduction of BandaBahadur. So how the Sikhs were tortured and executed, that is really painful. That particular part of the chapter is really painful, and it just like squeezes your guts and almost all the organs, and you feel for those Sikhs. That will take you into that particular era where the Sikhs are tortured and executed, that particular angle, and how BandaBahadur faces that, and what happens to him, and what is his link, what might be his link with Om Shastri is also given there. And then Abhilash details the description of yugas, and that is the beautiful part of this chapter, friends. You will learn about the different 4 yugas. If you don't know why they are called as yugas, what is the difference, what is the lifespan, what were the lifestyle of the people in those yugas, and how the different evolution of not only the mankind but also the thought process happened in those yugas are being discussed in this chapter through Abhilash's diction and also explanation. Simply awesome. That particular part I simply loved. And also the scientific base and explanation of the yugas. The Dashawataras of Vishnu have been mentioned there. When yugas come into the question, how beautifully Abhilash links Dashawataras with the yugas. Just go through that. They also have been discussed. The differences in yugas have been beautifully described, as I already said. There is an argument about science, mythology, and facts. So how mythology is very, very important, the history is important, how we should not side it out, who supports that and who like brushes it out amongst the arguments which is taking place within the facility. You just see that's beautiful description, and also the interactions taking place are very interesting and keeps you hooked and booked. Abhilash gives mathematical and scientific references from Hanuman Chalisa. That is yet another goosebump giving context. There is description about Vedas, Sayana, and also the Vaimanika Shastra. So how the olden era had the flights and also the aeroplanes, including Ravan's Pushpaka Vimana's reference also comes into this particular picture. But my heart went for a still and brain went for a still with high-end emotions when SUSHRUTA. Being an Ayurvedic doctor myself, friends, when there is a mention in the description of the SUSHRUTA and his surgeries and complicated surgeries that he had done in the past, and the anesthesia that was used, everything, the description of Dhanvantri coming into the picture. So I was like excited, elated, being an Ayurveda doctor. Yes, that is one more part apart from the yugas. In fact, the best part being an Ayurvedic doctor, I should tell that I loved the SUSHRUTA part of the description in this chapter. Thank you, Akshat Gupta, sir, for mentioning SUSHRUTA and Dhanvantri and the ancient surgical procedures here. Oh, beautifully written, isn't it? Just gave me goosebumps, friends, as I read through the ancient surgery discussed and described in this particular text. And then the chapter ends with yet another intriguing point when Dr. Srinivasan is giving a phone call to somebody, and he calls the man on the other side as Sir, S-I-R, Sir. So just like in Kahona Pyar Hai, the surgery like act or the surgery part comes in the movie, very interesting at the climax. This is not the climax of the Hidden Hindu, but Dr. Srinivasan speaking to somebody, Sir, the chapter ending there. Who is this Sir? Who is this new character in the story? Obviously, Akshat Gupta is definitely going to tell us who that character is in the upcoming chapters. But for time being, the chapter 6, the Divine Vivas, ended with a curiosity point, at the curiosity point. So, like evoking a lot of curiosity in us, what might happen in the 7th chapter. Fingers crossed, can't wait to read the 7th chapter of the Hidden Hindu. Well, if you loved my video, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching my video first. Until we meet the next time, keep reading. Lots of love and Jai Hind.